Most pharaohs of ancient Egypt worshipped many gods, but one ruler dared to change everything. Akhenaten, often called the heretic king, abandoned Egypt's traditional gods and declared the Aten, the sun disk, as the one true god. He even built a new capital city dedicated to the Aten, but after his death, his reforms were erased and Egypt returned to its old ways. Was Akhenaten history's first monotheist, or was he simply a radical ruler? His mysterious reign still sparks debate among historians today. Akhenaten came to power in 1353 BC and ruled until his death in 1336 BC. He was born Amenhotep IV, which means Amen is pleased with me. But in year 4 of his 17-year reign, he changed his name to Akhenaten, meaning the chosen of the Aten. The Aten was an ancient Egyptian god who represented the sun's life-giving rays. It was one of many gods in the Egyptian pantheon, each controlling different aspects of nature and human life, but Akhenaten changed everything. He moved his capital from Thebes to Amarna and made the Aten the one true god, ordering all other gods to be forgotten. He built a new city to honor the Aten and filled it with temples, palaces, and a huge residential district for priests. This city would become known as Akhenaten, meaning horizon of the Aten. It was a radical move, and historians still don't understand why Akhenaten did it. The Egyptian gods were not just deities, they were also part of the country's political system. Pharaohs had traditionally held the title Son of Ra, meaning they were the embodiment of the sun god Horus on earth. But Akhenaten went against this tradition by declaring the Aten, not Ra, as the one true god. He even changed the traditional Egyptian religion by outlawing animal sacrifices, which were seen as too violent, and replaced them with hymns and prayers to the Aten. But it wasn't just religion that Akhenaten revolutionized. He also changed the way the Egyptians wrote their language. Hieroglyphs were the traditional Egyptian writing system, but Akhenaten liked the way the Canaanites wrote their language with a simpler alphabet. So he ordered his officials to learn the Canaanite alphabet and use it to write in a new language that was easier to read. This new language eventually became the language of the entire empire. It's hard to imagine how all this could have happened without causing chaos, but Akhenaten's people seemed to accept his radical changes without a fight. Maybe they were just happy to have a strong leader who wasn't afraid to break the rules. Maybe they saw the Aten as a new kind of god, more in touch with the people than the old gods. Or maybe they were just happy to have a strong leader who wasn't afraid to break the rules. Whatever the reason, Akhenaten's reign was a time of great change and innovation for the Egyptians. He left a legacy that would last for centuries. But why doesn't anyone remember him? After Akhenaten died, his widow, Nefertiti, took over as pharaoh. She ruled for several years, but when she died, the capital was moved back to Thebes and the traditional gods were brought back into the religion. Akhenaten's son, Smenkhare, tried to restore the old religion, but he was killed by his advisors, ending any hope of an Aten restoration. Over the next few hundred years, Akhenaten's memory was erased from Egypt, his name was taken off monuments, his temples were destroyed, and even his tomb was forgotten. It wasn't until the 19th century that Europeans rediscovered Akhenaten's ruins in Egypt. Even today, historians are trying to piece together what really happened during his reign. Some believe that Akhenaten was truly a monotheist, one of the first in history to worship only one god. Others see him as a heretic who betrayed his people by abandoning their traditional religion. Maybe the truth is somewhere in between. Whatever the truth, Akhenaten's story is a reminder that even the most powerful rulers can be forgotten over time. In ancient Egypt, a pharaoh's legacy depended on his ability to maintain order and stability. Akhenaten's radical reforms may have been too much for the Egyptian people to handle, and they may have preferred the old ways. Or maybe they just wanted a pharaoh who could keep everyone safe rather than someone who was willing to risk everything for his own beliefs. Either way, Akhenaten's story is an important part of ancient Egyptian history. And it's a reminder that even the most powerful rulers can be forgotten over time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.